Welcome to this episode of Beth's Best. Today we are at Disney's Boulder Ridge Villas to check out a deluxe studio. Let's do this.
Your home for Disney room tours, guides, and reviews. Hit subscribe and the bell.
Welcome to Disney's Boulder Ridge Villas. Again, we are in a deluxe studio. Before we start the tour, I want to give you a little bit of information about these rooms and about this resort. So Boulder Ridge is one of the unique DVC buildings or DVC options that doesn't actually have view categories. So Beach Club is the same way. You just kind of book a studio or book whatever size villa you want, and the views are going to vary greatly. Boulder Ridge is definitely the same case. So there are a variety of views here. There's no view category. You could be looking over at the lake and the Hopper Creek cabins. You could be looking at the pool. You could be looking at Woodlands. You could be looking at Disney's Wilderness Lodge, which is right next door. You could be looking at the woods, or you could be looking at the service entrance. So I want to talk more about the view options later in the video, but there's no category here. All of these studios are going to be 356 square feet. Some of them are lock-offs to one bedrooms. Some of them are like the one we're in, which is a dedicated, so it doesn't attach to a one bedroom. They start at 13 points a night. They all sleep up to 5 guests. So we've got a queen size bed behind me. We've got a queen size bed drop down. We've got a twin sleeper drop down under the TV, which I promise I will show you. And if you have an infant under the age of 3 who can sleep in a crib, you can also have them in this room. So technically up to 6 guests, provided that the 6th person is an infant in a crib. Okay, let's start the tour. We are in room 4562 on the 4th floor of Boulder Ridge. The door is right behind me. Now, all of these rooms have recently been renovated, so I'm really excited to show you guys. I'm going to point out some of the new things that they added. Obviously, door to the hallway is right behind me. We're all the way at the end of the hallway, so the hallway should be quiet at least. We'll talk more about the location and the view later in the video. You've got a closet here on the right, so this is a perfect spot to put your roller bags. But this room does not lack for storage. If you are a subscriber, you know how I feel about storage. And it's a good thing because, as we talked about before, this room does sleep a good number of guests. So you've got a closet here, you've got your extra pillows and blanket for your drop-down queen or your drop-down twin sleeper here. You've got hanging space for your roller bags. Coming into the room, you've got your kitchenette on one side and you've got your bathroom on the other side. So it's a very similar layout to, these were all built around the same time at Boardwalk, Beach Club, all done within a couple of years of each other. So the layout is going to be very similar. Okay, let's head to the kitchenette next. So we've got our standard studio kitchenette here. I mentioned Boardwalk and Beach Club a minute ago. If you haven't checked those out, I'll try to remember to link those above and below for you to check out after this video if you haven't seen them. But we've got this renovated kitchen. So they painted the cabinets, they added new hardware. Otherwise, it's a standard DVC kitchen. I do love that you have a nice big fridge here. This is larger than the standard hotel fridge. It does have a small freezer shelf if that's something that's important to you. You've got drawers for storage. I love the fact that they are now giving us both the drip coffee, the full drip coffee, and then also they're giving you the pods if you prefer a Keurig. So whatever option is better for you. I like that flexibility because, you know, guests have preferences, right? Everybody has their own thing that they like. You've got your sink, your microwave, your toaster, your ice bucket. They give you paper plates, plastic utensils in here, paper cups. This is not one of the studios that gives you actual coffee mugs, unfortunately. So we were just at the Grand Floridian, checking out one of the new resort studios. We'll try and make sure to link that above and below for you to check out after this. If you haven't seen it, they give you real coffee mugs there because it's the Grand Floridian. But that's not the case here, so just something to be aware of. I like these studio kitchenettes because they're perfect for like a light bite. If you want to have breakfast in the room before you head to the parks, because you don't want to take time out of your park day, right, to grab a bagel or whatever. I like the fact that you can do that here in these rooms. I always like to say that you're not going to be making like gourmet meals in these rooms. Maybe you are. I don't know, teach me your ways. But for me, this is a great spot for like snacks and things like that. Love to have this many, especially if you have kiddos. Now across the way from this kitchenette area is going to be our bathroom with another closet space, so let's head there next. We are now in the bathroom space. Since I mentioned the closet, let's start there. Behind me is an absolutely massive closet with your iron, your ironing board. You've got more hanging space. Your safe is also here in this closet. If you didn't fit all your roller bags in the first closet, you've got plenty of space to roll them in here because this baby is deep, lots of storage. Heading into the vanity area here, we've only got one sink. They probably could have fit two, but they went with one, and then we've got just open space, which is perfect for kind of like putting your toiletries and things like that. We do have a light up makeup or shaving mirror, whichever term you prefer. They've changed out the mirror above the vanity. We've got two new sconces as well. They changed out this vanity piece, so now you have two small drawers. One of them has your hair dryer, and you've got a little bit of open shelving as well to kind of tuck your things. Now behind this door, you've also got your standard toilet and your hotel tub shower combination. There is one hook, only one hook on the back of this door. I do want to point out, normally we see a full length mirror somewhere in the room. For whatever reason here at Boulder Ridge with the refurb, they didn't add a full length mirror. So that is kind of unique for studios. Most of the studios here on property do have a mirror, full length mirror somewhere, and this doesn't. So that's just something that you wanna be aware of. It's not a deal breaker, but just something I wanted to mention. Again, we've got one hook on the back of this door. You've got a towel bar in the water closet. You've also got, this shower is actually really nice. They redid all the tile work in the shower. They added sliding doors. You now have a rainfall and also a separate wand shower head as well. So the bathroom is tight. It's a standard hotel bathroom, but it's totally serviceable. You know, nothing to write home about, but no real complaints again, besides the mirror. Okay, let's head into the main living space of the room. Welcome to the main living area of this new room here at Boulder Ridge. And this is where you really see that theming, and a lot of the updates are in this space. You'll notice behind me, we've got the queen size bed. I am absolutely obsessed with this headboard. It is just so colorful and so beautiful. It's like really lovely. I kind of want it at my house now. I say that about a lot of resorts, but I really do like it. It's gorgeous. I love that we've got new sconces above the bed. We've got reading lights that have been added, which is great. And you know what I really love? You're gonna hear me say it if you watch my videos. We have nightstands on both sides of the bed in here. Thank you, Disney. We appreciate that. If you're the person on the wall side, you wanna have a nightstand, am I right? So one thing I will say that they kind of missed on, in my opinion, and there are not a lot of USBs in this room. So there is one USB on each side of the bed. Otherwise, you've just got standard plugs and like a micro. Other than that, I haven't seen any other USBs in here yet. So that's a little bit of a miss. Make sure that you bring your adapter with you. But again, I love the Wilderness Lodge theming. I want to talk more about the resort later in the video. But of course, this is all like, you know, it's the American West, right? It's Yosemite. It's a really lovely vibe. It's very relaxing. I love the artwork over here on the wall. Heading over into the kind of living room area, so to speak, of this space, we've got our drop down queen bed. And you'll notice that theming continues. I love the idea that Uncle Donald is taking Huey, Dewey, and Louie on a camping trip to Yosemite, right? So we've got the artwork here, and of course Chip and Dale are always causing trouble, those mischievous little chipmunks. And then you pull down the drop down, which I love these drop downs. I mean, these are so much better than the pull out couches, right? Because it's a real mattress. Nobody has to break their back sleeping on the couch, you know? You might even fight over who gets to sleep on this thing. So I love the artwork. I love the theming. Couch is obviously brand new. The coffee table is a bit interesting. It's a similar idea of what they have done over at Boardwalk in the new studios that were just renovated. If you haven't seen the Boardwalk studios, I will try and remember to link that above and below for you as well. This one is themed like a storage trunk. So again, it goes with that whole theme, right? They do not have tables in these rooms anymore. So the way that Disney has handled that is that they're adding these coffee tables where the top pops up and they give you two little stools, which I'll show you in a moment, and you kind of use it as like a makeshift table. Jury's out on how successful that actually is as a guest, but that's the idea, right? I also want to point out that we have across the way from the bed and the couch area, we've got our TV. So we've got a nice 60-inch flat screen TV. Again, it's a smart TV. As I always like to say, you know, if you're the Smith family, you're going to walk in and it'll say, "Welcome, Smith family." And it just feels really welcoming. It feels like, oh, this room was waiting for me, right? I know it's silly, but it's just a really nice little touch. Underneath the TV, you've got your drop-down twin sleeper. And again, we've got Chip and Dale, right? They're always causing trouble. So they're in there doing their thing, and it's themed like you're in a tree hollow, which is really kind of cute. You've got some drawers. Again, this is the same layout. This piece of furniture, I should say, is the same as what we've seen over at Boardwalk. If you haven't seen that, I'll again try and remember to link it above and below. But we've got 3 drawers, right? 1 larger drawer, 2 smaller drawers, and some stools. So between the drawers here and the large closet space, I think you probably are fine in terms of storage with maybe 4 or 5 people. If you're here for a week, you might be pushing it, but for most guests, this is going to be totally fine. I do want to now talk about the drapes. I love the color of the drapes, the rug, even the light fixture has got like little wood details on it. So it's just really nicely themed. I will say that parts of the room feel more themed than others. So most of these studios are lock-offs to 1 bedrooms, but some of them, like this one, is a dedicated. So we have a little bit of like a void in our room where the door would be normally, where there isn't anything. So it kind of feels like maybe they should have put some artwork there or something just to kind of like make the space feel a little bit more complete than what it actually feels like. But overall, I really love the new theming. I do want to head out and show you the balcony next. So we have ourselves a standard studio, a balcony here. These are not the largest balconies we've seen. So Grand Floridian, Bay Lake, a lot of the DVC resorts have full width balconies. So quite a bit larger than this. This is, you know, it works, but it's tight with the 2 chairs and the small little table. I do want to talk about the views. We'll go inside and do that. It's a little bit easier to hear me. So we're kind of looking at the access road from the room. You can just see trees, but when you're actually out here, we're looking at like the service entrance. So I'll talk about that a little bit more inside, but again, standard DVC balcony with 2 chairs and a table. So let's talk about the views here. As I mentioned at the top of the video, this is one of the few DVC resorts that doesn't technically have different view categories when you're booking with points. So there's a huge discrepancy between the views here. Some of the rooms here at Boulder Ridge have wonderful views and some of them have not so wonderful views. So depending on your vacation, this may or may not matter to you. If you are going to be, you know, barely in your room because you're going to be at the parks all day and all night, then this doesn't matter to you at all. However, if you're somebody who likes to spend a lot of time at the resort, you want to be aware that, so the first number of your room is going, so we're in 4562 is the room that we're in, my apologies. The first number is going to tell you the floor that you're in. If the last three numbers are 538 through 562, like the one we're in, you're going to definitely have a standard view. So you're going to be overlooking the service area, the utilities of this building. That's where they're all located. So if you're somebody who that's going to matter, make sure that you make a note with member services or put in a room request, okay? If it doesn't matter to you, then by all means, don't worry about it. Let's talk about the amenities here at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. So there is a lot because there's essentially three properties here all combined in one. You've got Boulder Ridge, you've got Copper Creek, and the Wilderness Lodge Resort. They're all physically located right here. They're sister properties, so you're using all of the same amenities, right? Let's start with dining. For your quick service, you're gonna have Roaring Forks. You've also got Geyser Point Bar and Grill, which has a quick service component. And then they also have a bar and grill, like a table service where you can go and sit and relax. It's such a nice view. It's so relaxing if you have time to enjoy it. You've got Whispering Canyon Cafe. You've also got Storybook Dining at Artist Point, which is character. It's lovely if you haven't had the chance to check it out yet. And one of my favorite lounges on property is Territory Lounge here at the lodge. Now for transportation, this actually has a variety of transportation options, even though we're in the Magic Kingdom area, but we're not on the monorail, okay? So to get over to Magic Kingdom, you can take a boat. If the boat's not running for any reason due to like weather or whatever, then there'll be a bus option for you. There are also boats that will take you between, there's a route that goes between the Contemporary here at the lodge and also the campground, so that's a different option. If you are heading over to Epcot, Hollywood Studios, or Animal Kingdom, you are going to be taking a bus. Okay, let's talk about our other amenities here. So you've got an arcade, if you've got a kiddo that likes an arcade. You've got a fitness center. You've got a jogging trail if you want to exercise on your vacation. I feel like I get enough steps in when I'm here at the parks, but if that's you, then that's an option for you. They've got great pools here. So we've got the main feature pool over at the lodge is wonderful. You've got a slide, lots of chairs, beautiful views. Now, if you are over on this side, you've also got the quiet pool, the Boulder Ridge Quiet Pool, which is also really lovely. They redid that a couple of years ago, and it is just spacious and relaxing, and they've got lots of little seating areas, which is really nice as well. Okay, I want to know, have you stayed here at Disney's Boulder Ridge? If you have, did you like it? Did you not like it? Do these renovated rooms make you want to come here if you haven't stayed here before? Is it on your bucket list? If you have any questions, feel free to type them in the comment box below and I'll be happy to answer them for you. If you are interested in deluxe or DVC, Disney Vacation Club room tours, then definitely hit subscribe, hit the bell, because that's what we do here at Beth's Best. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.